To learn the good, the bad, and the reality of the off-grid lifestyle, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. So I feel like I made pretty good progress today on my outdoor wood stove. Wood furnace, I think, is another term for it, but I was online yesterday looking at some other homemade outdoor wood furnaces, and they're calling them outdoor heat exchangers, which would be a true definition also of what I'm doing here. In yesterday's video, I tried to explain to you that I'm building a wood furnace outside so I can heat my camper this winter. Now, I want to get started on this pretty early in the season. This is May. Of course, you know, I don't have to worry about this until October, but I'm going to run into problems with this because I'm fabricating everything and I'm trying to do it free as possible. The wood stove itself, we paid $50 for used. My grandma used to have one of these. It's a Franklin. You could buy them at Montgomery Ward. We're going to use this for an outdoor wood furnace, and I'm trying to build the furnace part of it with a blower and the whole deal. Now, I saw a heat exchanger the other day that didn't take any electric. The heat itself just kind of went right into their house, so heat would rise through the ventilation. Now, yesterday I showed you I'm going to use ductwork. We've decided we're going to probably use metal ductwork and then put that insulated ductwork around it just for a little bit more rigidity. That way the wind blows, it won't blow that ductwork off. What you saw me doing earlier with these bricks right around here on this corner is I'm stuffing mud in there to try to pack it up. When I circulate the air with a fan, because that fan is going to suck it into the camper, and then I'm going to have another fan blowing it back into my heat exchanger here. I'm trying to seal it up as good as possible. Now, eventually, I'm going to wrap this up with metal. I got some tin metal, roofing metal from the old trailer up there that I'm going to cut up, and I'm going to wrap this up once it's all done. Pretty much like a regular wood furnace that you can buy. You know, they have ceramic, so I'm just using the brick. But everything's having to be fabricated. Every brick has to be thawed out, how I'm going to lay it out, because right here you can see that I got a little seam here that I got to figure out how to fill in. Well, of course, now we're going to use that metal. That'll fill in pretty nicely there. But when you get up to the top, nothing matches up. Of course, I could dig a trench and lower the bricks down, or I could raise these bricks, but you see they're not level here. The thing I wanted to show you is the inside here. It's not closed up yet. I'm going to close it up tomorrow. And I'm working kind of slow at this because I got to think about every step. So this spot right here is what's going to get heated. It's going to get really hot. The bricks serve as insulation. Bricks are a very good insulator. They hold heat for a long time. I'm going to run ductwork. This brick here, I will run a pipe here. And so the heat rises, so I'm going to take all the hot air from here, I want to pump that right into the camper. And then over here, I'm going to put another one just like it. And so it'll come from the bottom and take the air, the cold air out of the camper and put it back into the heat exchanger here and then get heated up as it's traveling into this one. That's kind of the idea. But I got to wrap this side up here over here. And so that's how much space that I'm going to have. Now I've tried to figure out if I could capture any of the heat from the top here, but I think that's just going to be too many bricks. Remember, all these blocks that I'm using are laying around on the property. Haven't paid for anything yet so far except for the stove, which I knew I would have to do. Now I laid a pipe out here. Now I put a pipe in here to hold this brick up. See, this brick's kind of dangling in the air. I put a pipe right here. Don't know if you can see it. Put a pipe right here. I cut it. Now the pipe came off the trailer also. That was the gas line that came off the trailer. So I got all that pipe. Now what's interesting is being able to work down here by the camper, I'm able to run my power tools off the solar panels. When I'm up there at the trailer, I don't have enough extension cord. I don't have enough extension cord to run my power tools, so I got to run the generator. But down here, you saw me running the saw and the grinder, and I was able to run that off solar. I always think that's so neat. It's so sunny today, and I got all this free electric. Of course, we're going to run the air conditioner today. It's pretty hot. It's 81 degrees, and I'm sweating pretty good. Another thing I've been doing is I've been transporting all the blocks with our new wagon that we bought yesterday. I showed you that in yesterday's video also. That's going to be a back saver there. I don't load it up as heavy as I could. I tried to load it up pretty heavy yesterday, and it was just really hard to get down the hill. I mean, I'm really having to hang on. So I put about 6 blocks in it. It's pretty smooth traveling down here. The ground is so uneven, I gotta be careful it doesn't turn over. You can see, I don't know probably how uneven the ground is. So, but I tell you, it's a lot better than carrying 1 block down at a time. I'm sure somebody's gonna say, why don't you bring your truck down here? Well, it's not a 4-wheel drive truck, and it's very muddy down here. For whatever reason, this area right here just soaks up the water. So I don't want to get stuck. When we brought the camper down here, we came down here and man, we were sliding and slipping and moving, and we got it in there. Then I had to wait 2 days for it to dry out just so I could get the truck out. Eventually, I'll get this spot here cleaned up, and I'll be able to bring the truck down here because there's no mud there. As I have said, you know, we're trying to live off grid in a tiny house on a budget. First of all, I hear a lot of people say, you can't do that, you can't do that. And I've proven that everything we've done, you can do. Of course, sometimes you just got to work at the problem. I'm not saying that my furnace is going to work right out of the gate. I'm going to have to test it, play with it, see what's wrong, seal it up. You know, there's going to be things that I'm going to have to figure out how to work out, different issues. All the bricks were here, so I don't have to go buy bricks. That was free. So my wood furnace, I remember the last time I bought a furnace, it was an electric furnace, cost I think almost $3,000 to put in my house. I'm going to try to do this for like, I don't know, less than $100. Got 50 invested in the stove, plus I'll need the chimney to come out. We want the smoke to go higher than the camper. So maybe $100. Everything else is just recycled material. Of course, anytime we can find things on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, we're on there as well, trying to buy things off there. Remember the IBC tank? These things go for like $300, $200, $200 to $300. And again, we bought that for $50 used, and it was clean and it was nice. I think that we're heading into a terrible economy here pretty shortly, and things are going to get really tough for a lot of people. I hit this at the nick of time. Being able to buy a piece of property before the pandemic, had all my solar panels already set up a month before this hit. Not set up, but bought. I had the well bought, the well pump bought, the property was bought. And so we came down here like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before we all got trapped down here. And I think that when we are able to get out of this pandemic and we're actually able to go back to work, I think that we're going to be in serious trouble financially. So the more that we can learn how to do without spending money, finding things that laying around. A lady is rebuilding a tiny house, leaves comments every now and then. And she's been doing the same thing, trying to find just different things for free that she can fix up her tiny house. And the other day she said she found some windows on Craigslist. I think it was Craigslist. And she's been able to reinstall the windows. Well, of course, they're not exact match fit. So she's having to figure out how to fit them in, get them all nice and tight. That's exactly the way we all need to start thinking. And try to make it look nice. I mean, you know, there's something to say about the aesthetics of things. And so when I get the tin roof put over that, we'll paint it, you know, maybe black, clean up the front end, maybe sand it down, paint it with some high temperature paint. And so it'll look really nice. But I hope I am inspiring you to look outside the box a little bit and see if you can come up with things to heat your house for free, you know, with wood heat. Thanks for watching.